Welcome to Islam in Bible Prophecy. Is it the King of the North? A total of 54 million Muslims now live in Europe. San Diego University recently calculated a staggering 25% of the population in Europe will be Muslim just 12 years from now. At 25% of the vote, you can take over any democracy. There are now thousands of mosques throughout Europe, with larger congregations than are in churches. And in every European city, there are plans to build super mosques that will dwarf every church in the region. What does the Bible have to say about this large religious power that we see today? We need to look to Bible prophecy for those answers. In Daniel chapter 11, it refers to the ruling powers over the earth during the Medo-Persian times down through the ages to our present time. Over that time, there has been a contest between the king of the south and the king of the north. These refer to geographical areas around the Holy Land, Jerusalem. With assistance from Daniel and the Revelation by Uriah Smith, which is a commentary on the Bible books of the same name. In Daniel 11:40 we read, "And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him, and the king of the north shall come against him like a whirlwind." Space will not allow us to go through the scripture and Uriah Smith's comments on these verses, but your attention is drawn to the time in this earth's history referred to in this text, the time of the end, which is referring to the year 1798, and the times following that date. Bible commentators can agree on this time period. It's after the time of 1798 that Bible commentators disagree. And you can read of the three main views expressed in Uriah Smith's book, Daniel and the Revelation, at your leisure. Here's some of the Bible commentaries covering the book of Daniel. Smith says, Egypt is still by common agreement the king of the south, while the territory which at first constituted the king of the north has been for the past 400 years wholly included within the dominions of the Sultan of Turkey. To Egypt and Turkey then, in connection with the power last under consideration, we must look for the fulfillment of the verse before us. The authority of the Ottoman Sultan as Caliph of Islam following the breakup of the Ottoman Empire, this comes from the internet by the way, Islam survived, the Sultan didn't. Solid gold cars. Oh man. In Daniel 11:43 it says, "But he shall have power," and it goes into the Hebrew and the different meanings. Rather than go through that, let's just have it without all the numbers and with alternative words. "But he shall have rule over the oil and money, and over all the delightful things of Egypt." Well, who has the oil? And how rich are the oil countries? Luxuries like we have never seen. And the Arabs are Islamic countries. And chapter ends with verse 45. "And he shall plant the tabernacles of his palace between the seas in the glorious holy mountain. Yet he shall come to his end, and none shall help him. The dome of the rock and Al-Aqsa Mosque are on the Temple Mount." Is this fulfilled? Here's a map of projected growth of Islam by 2200. Of course, this is without taking Daniel 11:45 into their thinking. You can see how it's grown. And Jesus returns before then. Oh, isn't that great? God bless you, friend.